talking to Chrissa Valanti, and she and Laura Chattington are the creators of Offer Accelerator Live, and they are preparing for a masterclass tomorrow. But we're going to talk a little bit about what led up to this, and this is all about creating high ticket offers that will take you from struggle-ville. I love that phrase. Don't you all feel struggle-ville at times? From struggle-ville to elegant, high ticket offers that convert premium clients. I love that. And will at least 5x your business. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. But I want to ask you, Chrissa, first, welcome. Good to have you here. So tell me what got you into this. Tell me about yourself and what got you into and started.
Wow. Well, it's okay if I go back into my backstory just a little bit.
Yes.
I faced great adversity with cancer after cancer after cancer. But my life began when they told me it was over. And I'm here today, stronger than I've ever been before. But before that, I was touring the world as a rock star, and then it obviously came to a halt. And in my downtime after having a stem cell transplant, I was having success after success after success. And I thought to myself, wow, I can teach someone what I've learned. So I thought I was going to start in the health space online. And so I thought, okay, but just because you're really good at, getting better and all this knowledge, mind over matter and all this stuff, it doesn't mean you're really good with business online. And so I although I developed this incredible course, thought I had this fabulous offer, I was getting probably one client every 6 months and thinking, what can I do? What's going on? And then I started, with, charging what other coaches were charging at the time, like $200 or $300 an hour, and not knowing what a high ticket offer was back then. And so things were very, very, very slow. And it took me a while to learn what the concept of time and how important time was. Was I really going to wait, for that client to come along and not understand and charge by the hour after 6 months? But thankfully, as it happened, Laura came into my world. She put me on a system, followed that system. And the one thing that she loved was that I took action immediately and kept momentum. And within 3 months, brought in $70,000.
Say that again. You brought in
$70,000.
$70,000.
Yes.
In 3 months.
In 3 months.
After beginning to work together.
Yeah. We worked together for a while, and she put me on the. Well, what she did is she look, Chrissa, you bought all these programs, but this is what you need to do. I didn't have the right system in place, and obviously because I didn't understand it, I didn't action it, and I didn't have momentum. And
wow, you have already just so many things in that incredible story.
Yeah.
And I have also, I don't know if our listeners know that I share my cancer story. I was also, and so I know that your life changes. And I loved how you said your life began.
Yeah.
When your life ended. Is that how you put it?
My life began when they told me it was over.
When they told you it was over. And that is exactly how, very much my story, which we won't go into now, maybe in a later, maybe we'll have to talk again.
Yes.
But I understand that, having experienced some of that myself. But wow, what a powerful financial victory.
Yeah.
When you're struggling and what that struggle-ville is all about. And then to have suddenly, that what to do. a
Yeah.
system, and you
Yeah.
know what to do,
Yeah.
and the two of you together, that's a
Yeah.
powerful,
Yeah.
powerful, amazing thing. And
Yes.
so I'm just, that's just so wonderful
Yeah.
that now you're doing the Offer Accelerator that
Yeah, that's
live
right.
as well.
Yes,
So
that's right.
can you share with me the process with the Offer Accelerator and what happens with that, and how did you come up with that process?
Well,
Share that.
basically, what we go into detail in the masterclass that we have, obviously 6th of June, and basically we came about because both of us knew Laura came from a very corporate environment, and she was up leveling her clients, to become, CEOs or C-suite standard, teaching them how to speak, what to say in the boardroom. I came from a rock star lifestyle. We come from two opposite ends of the world. I must say, in my life, she's my rock star, but we gel together really, really well. And what we found was I was very in touch with what a lot of coaches were doing in the online realm, the troubles they were facing, because I was facing them too. I was buying very high ticket programs, paying a lot of money, and it not working for me at all because I was promised something, it wasn't getting delivered. I didn't know how to action it because I was 1,000 videos, 250 PDF files, total
Oh,
overwhelm.
yes.
It
If
was
you're listening,
chaos.
how many of you can relate to that? Yes.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
yes.
And who here has been overwhelmed by going into a program and facing that? And so
Mhm.
what Laura and I found is that we created this incredible system where it was so simple that people couldn't really believe that it could be actionable. And basically the first step, and I'll discuss the first step in that, and I'll go into the rest, and we'll go into the rest in the masterclass. But
Right.
the first
And let
step
me
was,
just say, I said I've alluded twice now to the Offer Accelerator
yeah,
Live
yeah,
Masterclass, and that will be, here's the link that I'm going to say now in case you have to leave quickly, but hopefully
yeah,
you won't.
yeah,
It is
yeah,
www.offeracceleratorlive.com, and
yes,
you can sign up, and it's tomorrow,
yes,
and we'll tell you more about the time and everything. But if you can't stay, go to offeraccelerator.com.
yeah,
I'm sorry, offeracceleratorlive.com. That's important,
yeah,
and join us tomorrow with that. But go ahead and
absolutely.
tell us the first pillar of
Yeah,
the our first
yeah,
step.
sure. Sure. I'll add to that website, which is offeracceleratorlive.com. It's 9:30 PST, 12:30 EST, and 5:30 PM UK time.
Thank you.
And
Great.
and I'll go into that. So I'll give you the first step today. And a lot of people think, oh my God, they get overwhelmed with the complexity, with a lot of programs, with a lot of systems out there. It's so simple that it will shock you. The first step, you need to decide. That's it.
Mm,
You need to decide to go all in on yourself, in on your offer. Decide to take that necessary step to move you from A to B, go forward, change your life, go on that journey, a short journey that will transform your whole life.
so good. So good.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. You know that is, I've heard a quote that the wealthy make decisions, good decisions,
Yes.
fast
Yes.
and change them slowly.
Yeah, I love this quote.
And the opposite, the poor
Yeah.
make decisions slowly and change them often.
Exactly right.
And
Mm.
one of the key, it's so
Yeah.
important. One of the key things I think that I have also heard and learned over the years is how to become a fast action taker,
Yeah.
which requires
Yeah.
deciding.
Decide
And so
exactly. Yeah.
important. So important. But go on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell me, that's the first. You're not going to tell
Yeah.
us the whole thing
No, I'll
tomorrow.
let that come
You
up.
need to
Yeah.
come. come
Yes, the
tomorrow to hear the whole
masterclass.
thing because
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
already like, oh no, we have to hear more. But no, we don't. We're going to hear it all tomorrow. And as
Yes.
she said, as Chrissa
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
9:30 Pacific, and
Yes.
that's 11:30 my time Central,
Yeah.
12:30 Eastern, and
Mm.
5:30 in London. And
Yeah.
that's where Laura is from. So,
Yeah.
but um so
Yeah.
I want to just ask you,
Yeah.
what holds people
Oh,
back?
love this question, Wendy. I absolutely love this question. They procrastinate. And I'm going to tell you a really, really quick story because I was the world's serial procrastinator. I was. I used to say I suffered from I no longer say this because I never refer to I anymore. But, that it's procrastination disease, and I never associate disease with myself anymore. But that's
I
what
see.
back then, yeah. But there is this book called Think and Grow Rich. It's a fabulous book. I'm not saying you should read it or not, but it is a great read. But there's a short story in there, and it's about W. Clement Stone. He's a businessman, author, self-help guru, and he was a self-made billionaire. And he attributed his creating his success to one phrase. Do you want to know what that phrase
Well,
was?
yes, do tell.
He would say, do it now.
Hmm.
He made everyone that worked with him say, do it now. He would get in the elevator and say, do it now until he reached the bottom floor and likewise all the way
Oh,
up. He would say
yeah.
that word constantly. And I took on that phrase. And oh
Mm.
my God, Wendy, it's so powerful when you get away from all that negative talk or that enemy in your mind telling you what you're doing bad and you start taking on positive, words where they be affirmations, but little things like do it now. The action that just comes out of that is incredible. Like you just put yourself, say, just do it now. And like you think, okay, I'll just do it now. And all of a sudden, you've spent so many hours doing something that you were procrastinating on because you just told yourself to just do it now. It is so powerful.
It is. It is. That is a super powerful phrase. And you know, I have learned that what we tell ourselves is so powerful.
Yeah.
And so I understand that because I had to do that. I was a serial procrastinator with you. I call it a procrastinating perfectionist because I
Wow.
thought I had to have everything in place, everything perfect
Wow.
before I could start. And then I would start other things where I wouldn't finish and
Wow.
I would give up. And so that's the other, side of it. But I really learned that what we say in our minds
Mm.
dictates what actually
Mm.
happens in our lives.
Oh God. Yes.
And if you believe you've heard this, if you believe you can, you're right. If you
Yes.
believe you can't, you're right.
You're right. Yeah.
It's so much is happening up
Mm.
here
Yes.
and
Mm.
then that, dictates what we say. But
Absolutely.
it's so good. It's so good. And I really love that. I love that story.
Yeah.
And such a successful man, and he was over so many people. And I think
Mm.
about all the people we influence and can influence. And
Yeah.
that's one of the things I love about you and Laura. We
Yeah.
talked when I talked to Laura in another interview. We talked about, and I want to address this with you too,
Yeah.
about authenticity and building
Oh,
relationship
yes.
in when we're
Yeah.
working with people. And I think the reason I mention this now is because unless we actually decide and we
Mm.
actually move forward and
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
we can't help anyone.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, and I know that for me and Laura also, and I'm sure for you too, that
Yeah.
and especially as we've come out of cancer, I know for me,
Yeah.
When I had cancer, I had ovarian cancer.
Mm.
Ovarian cancer is called the silent killer.
Mm.
It's usually not caught early. And at the time I had it or was diagnosed, 85% of people diagnosed died.
Oh,
And I had a football. I'm sorry, I should have asked. May I share this with
yeah,
you?
absolutely,
I just
absolutely,
dove in.
absolutely. Yes, yes.
At the time I was diagnosed, they said there were two football-sized tumors in me.
Wow.
And they called them tumors, and that, right away, and they indicated that they thought it had spread. And I'm a big believer in prayer and,
Mm.
in a believer in Jesus. And between, I was able to go in and talk to our doctor the next morning. We were able to, so many things that I believe God did for us. And one of them was I was able to schedule surgery in 3 days.
Wow.
And I live in near Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we have one of the best teaching hospitals in the
Oh,
country,
wow.
the
Yeah.
University of Minnesota. So, and I had one of the best surgeons around.
Wow.
And between Tuesday when I was diagnosed and Friday when I had surgery, it went out on all the prayer chains, and a lot of people were praying for me.
Mm.
And when I went in for surgery, they found one, still football sized, but only one tumor, and it was contained.
Oh.
And they took a little bit of around it, but they were
Mm.
able to get it all, and they found it was actually caught early.
Oh,
Very rare.
wow.
But I look at you as well, that we're walking miracles.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what that did for me, and I hear it in your testimony too, that changed my life. But I knew for me that God was writing a story in and through my life that was
Mm.
completely unique.
Yeah.
And I had a desire to impact the lives of
Wow.
others. And
Yeah.
I had a desire the next year to become healthier.
Yeah.
And that caused me to do the first of many big goals, which was lose 50 pounds. Well, but
Wow.
all of this is a desire to help
Yeah.
people.
That's right. Yeah.
We're changed in a second. When you got a diagnosis, when I got a diagnosis of cancer, and
Yeah.
then to be alive
Yeah.
and walking around.
Yeah. I understand. I know
And
exactly.
time is precious, like you said,
Yeah.
how precious time is.
Time is. Yeah.
So tell me, um, I know that you have, a certain limited time here, and we're going to do this real short, and maybe we'll do more later because we
Yeah.
certainly have more to talk about.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
um, so definitely what holds people back is procrastination. And
Yes.
how important is it to decide and do
Yeah,
it now? Do it
absolutely.
now, do it now, do it now,
You
do it
know,
now.
yeah.
So important.
But you know what it is, and just firstly, Wendy, I just want to say thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing that story with you. I
Oh, you
know
too.
the emotions that would have come along with that journey. But one thing I like to say when you said pick up the pace and ask me another question. Another thing I like to mention is that delay is an incredible enemy of anybody in the online realm or any industry that they're
Yes.
in. Like, so for someone in the online realm who feels like they have an offer or wants to use high ticket offers to serve clients at the highest level, that's what I feel has been my purpose, because especially a lot of healers that come to us that want us to write their offers for them. It's like, these are people, and I love that we used to provide the platform from which they could tell their offers from. Like we used to build funnels and stuff like that, because the more healers out there, because I use conventional medicine and obviously uh, um, non-conventional medicine as well in my healing. And I love to put healers on a platform, and so that they can be heard. They've got offers, they can service people all around the world, because being in the online space, we've got access to the four corners of the earth. And so, and why not be able to help them, set up a widely cash flow positive, high ticket offer system from which they can scale. And that's why we developed this incredible, non-sleazy, very highly influential and simplified approach,
So
which is
good.
like, talking to your best friend when you speak to these people that we've helped design their offers for. And so I'm so excited for the masterclass on the 6th, tomorrow.
Yes. Well, and that is so, so, so good. And we all have been in that struggleville.
Oh,
We have
God.
all, probably delayed when we should have, moved forward.
Yeah,
So we all understand that. And I love that, do you
yeah,
want to be wildly cash flow positive?
yeah,
Yes. And
yeah,
why? Partly because it allows you to help more people. It ha-
absolutely. Yeah,
and that, can you share the high ticket, the framework or the mindset of why high ticket? Can you wrap
I'll put
us
it in a
around that?
simple sentence. People who pay attention. I remember when I was doing when I was charging by the hour, and sometimes, people wouldn't rock up or had low ticket, when I was charging a very low price. I'd set them up, on the Wednesday, and hardly any of the students would come. They just pay the money and they still wouldn't rock up. But the moment they pay high ticket, they value the process. You are the expert in your field, and people are paying a premium price to learn exactly what it is that you have to offer. And that's
Absolutely.
the incredible difference that we must realize, that it's not just about us going in the online realm and just charging a price because we think someone's going to pay it. No, you're
Mhm.
going to be, and you're going to deliver on the promise that you give these people, but they are coming to you because they know that you're going to take them from A to B in the quickest time possible, because time is so valuable, and they want the
Right.
result quick. They don't want to sit there for another year in their pain, in a relationship that isn't working. They want to be able to, they want to know get to the results really fast, and know that they can fix their life, get to better health quicker, and know the necessary frame, a lot faster than otherwise you'd expect in lower
Oh,
ticket.
that's so, so good. Yes, you put that so well. And when we are talking about offers, we're talking to you if you've got a relationship offer, if you've got
Yeah,
a health, if you've got a business offer. This
absolutely.
works for all
Yeah,
areas, and the world needs what you
yeah,
have to alone have to give. And
yeah,
just so good. And these two ladies, Chrissa and Laura,
yeah,
are just, geniuses at creating offers and at being able to communicate and help you, and I am joining in there with
yes,
my email list
yes,
building.
yes,
And so, and I see the it's so wonderful when you meet people who together your
mm,
gifts and talents and abilities are
yeah,
so different, but they fill in all the gaps.
yeah,
And that's what I see in us. It's just an amazing thing.
yeah,
And I love that we can help people all over the world. In
absolutely.
fact, Chrissa is in Australia. I'm in
Yeah.
the US, and Laura's in UK, and
Nice.
that has its own challenges. But the fact
I
that you
know.
can, what a wonderful world, what a wonderful
Yeah,
world to be living in right now. And
absolutely. I
it's
know. I
just
know.
so great.
It
But
is
yes,
beautiful.
to be able to get the answer, the solution, the
Yeah.
offer
Mm,
created
mm,
fast so
absolutely.
that you can help people fast. But absolutely, how many of us, each one of
Yeah.
us could say we've
Yeah.
bought something that we never touched.
Yeah.
And
Oh
that,
God.
it's just really sad. And the value, we have to value our own offer
Yeah.
as well, but it's
Yeah.
not the how many hours, and how many things did I, it's your transformation
Yeah. Absolutely. Well,
from
you're
that.
investing in yourself. Exactly. You're entrusting yourself
Exactly.
to our expertise, but you're investing in your transformation, and then you can't put a price
Absolutely.
on that. You can't put a price on
You absolutely. And we were talking about, example of relationship, what is it worth to someone
that.
to
Yeah.
be, meet their one true love
Yeah.
and marry and have children,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Or another person who is just burnt out with and not spending any
Yeah.
time with their
Or
family.
a divorce, where a divorce is going to cost you property, your
Right.
children will be split up, changing
Right.
their life, where you could save someone's relationship. I mean, there's so
Yes.
many different
What's that worth? You can't even
things.
put a number. You
You
can't even
can't put a
put
number
a
to
price
something
tag
like
on
that.
that.
No, you
So
can't.
yes, and so to realize that your offer is so important. And yeah, so I look forward. I'm gonna just,
So do I.
ask you if you have anything else to say, but
No,
let's
I'll
give
just like,
them
yeah, I'll just
and
like to plug I'll just like to
right.
say,
I was gonna just give them
yeah,
I want to give you the link and say sign up right away for
yeah,
tomorrow's Offer Accelerator Live Masterclass
yeah.
at offeracceleratorlive.com
Mhm.
and join us for the VIP, getting in the room, talking about investing in yourself. When
Yeah,
you are in the room with others who are also seeking to move ahead, and you're in the room with people like Chrissa and Laura, and who, they know so much. And I was saying with Laura today, the two of us have, I don't know how many years of experience the three of us have, but it's a lot of years of experience.
I know.
We can save you so much time. So, to get yourself in the room, it's worth a lot. And then you can ask your questions and get answers right then and there. So I really encourage you to get that VIP ticket. And
Yeah.
tomorrow it will be happening at 9:30 Pacific, 11:30 Central,
No,
12:30. Not the
12:30.
VIP. This is the
Oh, oh,
general
oh, yeah, the
session.
general session, yeah.
I'm sorry. Thank you for clarifying that. This is
Yeah,
the general session. Will
yeah,
be happening at 9:30 Pacific, 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern, and 5:30 in
yeah,
London.
in
I don't know
London.
what they call that, but that's what I
UK,
said. And
UK,
then the VIP is 1 hour earlier. So
yeah,
8:30 Pacific, 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern, and 4:30.
UK. Yeah,
You did that so well earlier. It was just like boom, boom. Anyway, well, it's been such a
yeah.
joy to talk
Thank
to you,
you so
Chrissa. We
much.
will
Yeah,
definitely have to touch base. We'll have to do
yeah,
this again,
absolutely.
and so great. And I look forward
Yeah,
to being with you and everyone
yeah,
tomorrow in the master
really.
class.
Okay, see you then.
All right.
Bye,
Take
Wendy.
care.